YouTube. Got a knife tag to do. I love knife tags. So this one is from Patty's Potato Peelers. It's an open community knife tag. So if you want to do it, just do the same title, wherever your title is located. Do the same title. Go over there, tell him you're doing it. He'll add your video to the playlist. There's already quite a few of them in the playlist. So it's really fun to go watch and see what everybody's got and what everybody carries for different things. So this is a 2x3 knife tag. I did that right. I'm so impressed with me right now. So it's 3 different situations, 2 different knives that you would carry in them. So let's get to it. So first off, guys, a bonus knife. This is the Cold Steel Super Edge. Came in a little too close for that. The Super Edge. And the reason why this is a bonus one is because it's always with me. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's always there hanging on my keys. Because it has these really nice serrations on it. It does not say on it, but I am pretty sure it is AUS 8. First off, just because that's like the steel of Cold Steel. And then I'm just pretty sure that somewhere deep in my mind it says that that's what that was when I bought it. So that's the bonus. So now let's get on to the actual knives. So first off is my EDC. And that is my smaller one. We'll call it that. We'll start with the smaller one in each group. So the smaller one is the Benchmade 940-2. Love this knife. It really is one of my favorites. It just finds its way in my pocket all the time. Super light, open construction, a nice little touch of green there. Love this thing. Super fun knife to play with. S30V steel. I can even left-hand it, and I can even left-hand close it. Aha, I did it twice. For both things. Love this knife. Weighs nothing. Amazingly sharp. It's got just an awesomely weird shape to it. It's got a hugely thick tip, which I love on this thing. Holds that edge forever. Slices through things that you just would not think you'd be able to, and it just right on through them. Love this knife. So that's my first EDC knife. And the second one that I always carry is in my pocket still. Also Benchmade, the Infidel. That's right, people, because I can carry whatever I want. I'm in Indiana. I can carry it. Doesn't care. Doesn't matter what it is. I can carry it. So this is an awesome out the front automatic. Really fun to play with. This one's in D2 steel. So that's my EDC. I did it again left-handed. So that is my EDC. Both Benchmades. 940-2 and the Infidel. Both really, really fun to play with. And I can totally left-hand this thing. So if you weren't sure about getting one before, do it. So Chicago carry. So why is Chicago carry different? Well, for this one especially, because this one in Illinois is illegal because apparently it's just scary. Even though gangbangers wander around everywhere is perfectly fine, but whatever, because, Illinois is stupid. And then also you can have a knife confiscated, because again, a gangbanger with a gun tucked in his pants is fine, but me carrying a pocket knife is apparently terrifying in Illinois. You can have a knife confiscated if you're anywhere near a school or a park, which sounds reasonable for the first half, then gets ridiculous for the second half, and then when you find out it's like a quarter of a mile, it just gets ridiculous. So basically, as many little parks and schools as there are in Chicago, it's everywhere. So I obviously couldn't carry those two, the ones illegal anyway, but I mean, you're talking 4 and 160. So talking about an expensive set. So I don't carry those, obviously. So what do I carry to Chicago? Now, again, it can be confiscated, but I've been sitting on a bench and had like a couple of cops walk by and I've said hi while I'm like cutting an apple with an obviously not like kitchen type knife. and they'll turn and say hi, and they don't say anything about it. So it can be, so I'm not going to carry something like that, but I will carry something that still has it's a little bit nicer. I'm not going to like carry like a $5 knife or something. I still need something I'm going to be able to defend myself with if I have to. So the smaller one is Kershaw Shuffle. I love the Shuffle. Now I will say that right here on this finger choil, I did file this down. But again, on an under $20 knife, that has a very nice curved blade that just slices through anything, with a couple other tools on it too. It's really nice, and I don't mind making that small little modification. And if you have smaller hands than mine, which is most humans' hands, because sometimes extra large gloves don't fit my hands, it probably wouldn't be that bad for you. And it's a nice knife. It fits pretty well. My pinky's got really nothing to play with here, but I don't really care. It's mainly an apple slicing knife for me, or anything else, or little packages and stuff. Really nice little knife. So that's the one I carry to Chicago. And the other one that finds its way in all the time is this guy. A much bigger knife. This is the Spyderco Resilience. I've been carrying this thing for about a month. And this thing just takes a wicked edge, and it holds on to it. I mean, it's 8CR13 MOV, and it's really, really just a nice knife. It's got a nice feel to it. It's got a nice liner lock. Goes about halfway across, which is something I didn't mention with this one. This thing's liner lock goes all the way across to the other side. There is literally like the width of a hair is all you don't have. Really nice lockup on that one, especially for under $20. These ones are under 50. I believe I got mine for 40 or 45. I believe Blade HQ sells them for about 48-ish. Really nice knife. Just for the money, it's just amazing. You've got a really nice lanyard hole here. Again, you've got this nice open construction. These liners in this thing are just massively thick. And for sharp, this is the piece of paper that a sticky target is on. It's very thin, flimsy paper. And it just goes through it like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. And there's some glue on here still too, so it just shreds stuff. I'm going to do that again because it was fun. I'll get a whole bunch of these. Oh, glue. It just doesn't care. It's just amazing. I totally missed the paper. Wow. There you go. Just shreds through stuff. And I've had this a month. I've used it a lot. Like way more than a normal person would use this thing probably. And all I have done is I put it on the stone, and it was 2 or 3 passes each direction. And I didn't strop it, and that was it, and that's what you got. Really nice knife. It is, if you have one, if you have a Tenacious, it is bigger than the Tenacious. I'm not really sure what the size is on the Tenacious. It's bigger. It's the biggest one of that group of the Spydercos. Really, really nice knife. Last scenario is my out doing something, like especially if I'm like working in the garage, out in the yard doing something. Maybe even a camping trip. I don't want to take a fixed blade because the one will totally do anything a fixed blade will do. For those of you who know my channel well, you probably already know what I'm talking about. And you probably already expected it to be in here somewhere anyway. So the smaller one first. The Cold Steel Tough Light. This is the larger. They make a mini Tough Light. They make it serrated and non-serrated. I have the large serrated. The mini also comes in serrated and non-serrated. But this, because this is not a fast open knife at all, you can't flick it. There's no way. This is my cordage cutting knife. And it doesn't matter what that cordage is. This thing just grabs it and just right on through. It's also really great if you're cutting any sort of thinner material, like especially like a shirt or something like that type of material, to put this thing like this on a surface and just a little bit of an angle, and it'll just go right across the little straight part there, little straight edge, and it'll just right on through, and you won't cut whatever it's sitting on. It's really nice for that. I love this thing, just locks in the hand real nice. I love this knife. One of my favorites. Oh, and then the lanyard hole in that thing. I think you could get a few strands of paracord through there. A couple at least. And then, of course, the one you all know is coming out at some point, because it always does, because it loves to be on here. My Espada. The Espada Large. Love this thing. Because there's actually a handle left after my hand. I mean, because it's made that way, so it has multi positions on it. Love this thing. This one is AUS 8. So is the other one. They make it now in some nicer steel that I'm not even going to pretend like I know the numbers and letters on. It's supposed to be nicer. I can't see how it can be much nicer than this one, though. This thing, for those of you who watch the channel for any length of time know, this thing just cuts through everything. Everything that gets in its path is no longer there when it's done. Some massive branches and stuff this thing chops through. And yet with that, very easy to open. It also has the cold steel hook thing that hooks on your pocket, which is removable. It does have a screw. You can't take it off. Which means if you happen to live in one of those places where you can have a locking blade if it's one hand opening, I believe Germany is one of those places, you could actually make this, or the larger one, the XL, legally carryable, because it wouldn't be one hand opening then. If you can have a two-hand locker or a one-hand non-locking, or however that law works, I think I said that right. You could do this because you can turn it into a two-hand opener. But fun fact, if you do, it's not really. You can still totally do it one-handed because there is so much blade over here. There's no good way to show that. You can put your thumb on it and open it, and then just snap it. So you could do it. Depends on your country and shit. I'm pretty sure that Germany's one where you could do it. Because I'm pretty sure their law works. Let me think and say this right. You can have a locking blade if it's a two-hand opener, or you can have a one-hand opener that doesn't lock, which I obviously don't have anywhere around me because I don't have such crazy laws. It just makes no sense. Like really, like because I open it like this, I now can't kill you with it. Like that makes no damn sense at all. Stupid people. Alrighty, I've already talked for 13 minutes, so you've probably mostly all left. So there you go. Do this tag. It's a really fun tag to do. Go over and tell Patty's Potato Peelers that you're doing it. I'll put you in the playlist. Make sure you use the same title. Again, wherever that's located for you. And bye, and I will see you in the next one.